Lawmakers are convening tomorrow to weigh a short-term funding bill that would avert a government shutdown. This comes as the U.S. is just 4 days away from potentially seeing a partial closure. Yesterday, congressional leaders announced a deal to fund the government throughout March 1st and March 8th. The current funding deal, which went into effect last year, funds some federal departments through this Friday. Several others are funded through February 2nd. CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion joins us now from Capitol Hill. Nikole, talk to us about this bill and its chances of getting passed in time to avert a partial shutdown.
Well, it has buy-in from all of the congressional leaders. So from that standpoint, the hope is that rank and file members follow suit. Leader Schumer said as much. In fact, as soon as tomorrow, he plans to move forward with introducing this clean continuing resolution and said that bipartisan support is going to be required going forward in order to get this on the president's desk by that Friday deadline. Obviously, the bigger complications could be over in the House because, as you know, Speaker Mike Johnson is dealing with a variety of opinions and thoughts within his conference, but particularly from the right flank. Many made clear last week that they were already kind of opposed to this top-line spending agreement that congressional leaders announced just a week ago that kind of is guiding this overall appropriations process. And now you add on top of this push to do another continuing resolution, which many of them didn't want to do. So it is going to be more of a heavier lift for Speaker Mike Johnson, although Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries made clear that this is something that he supports. So it's likely that Democratic support will be needed to get it cleared over on the House side.
And Nikole, we're learning that Congressman Hal Rogers has been hospitalized after being involved in a car crash last week. How could his potential absence impact a vote on the funding bill?
Well, it certainly doesn't help matters for Speaker Mike Johnson. As I mentioned, he already has a very tenuous and a narrow majority in the House. So obviously with Congressman Rogers being out, and it's not just him, of course, there's also Majority Leader Steve Scalise, who is out this month as he continues to deal with blood cancer treatments. And then, of course, prior to that, you had the exits of former Speaker Kevin McCarthy, who retired. You have the expulsion of George Santos. You have another member, a Republican from Ohio, Bill Johnson, who will be stepping down in about a week to take another position at a university. So the numbers in the Republican majority are dwindling for various reasons. And so that does complicate the math when it comes to a short-term funding bill like this.
Nikole Killion, thank you.
You bet.